there's no reason you should be in debt. Yeah. I get the rent situation is more expensive, but even with that, there was no reason you shouldn't have been making progress on your debt. You're just around. Yeah. You're just around. You're just like, you're putting your entire life on hold, financially speaking. That's done today. If you give it, it's done today. That's end. Finish. Yeah?
Agreed. Absolutely.
Okay. So you need $2,802 to survive on a monthly basis. What?
In my head, I was gonna every second check of the month, I was gonna use to pay off the credit cards.
Okay, but you should have an extra $3,387. So what I'm actually going to do, because you have wiggle room, I will give you, and this is crazy, but this is just to make an example. Now, obviously, if you find out there's more things you need in your life, you cut this out first. I'm giving you $387 and you bullshit spending. As long as you budget it, you track it. What might be best for you is an envelope system. Put $387 in an envelope. You can spend that on fun. The moment it's done, you can't take from any other place. You can't spend money on fun for anything else. And this is because you actually have room. You actually have room. That gives you $3,000 a month left to start taking care of debt. So you have $1,000 in savings. Cool. First month, let's just give it a little extra wiggle room. Let's just call putting the extra money in there, bringing that to a total of $3,000. That saves you a month. That is a month emergency fund. You're done in a month. A little extra wiggle room there. Cool. After that, Wells Fargo's killed within a month, and you start making progress on Freedom. After that, Freedom should be paid off in month number 3. Cool. Amazon should be paid off in month number 4. Month number 5, Discover's going to be close. So I'm going to say by the end of month number 6, all credit cards should be paid done. End of month number 6, all credit cards are done. What is that? What is 6 months? That is nothing. Compared to people that normally come on the show, that's a sacrifice for years. 6 months is nothing. Now, your student loans are higher interest, so I do want you to tackle that. Normally, we'd do minimum monthly payment on federal student loans, but these kind of suck. So that takes an additional 8 months to pay off.
Okay.
But, so great. Yeah. Okay, so what are we, a month and a quarter or something like that? I mean, that's nothing. To be completely debt-free for someone who's run for years and years and has done nothing and built up the credit cards and paid them off and built up the credit cards again and has their mom helping to pay for student loans. Like, oh, one thing in your budget. Sorry, I didn't do debt minimum monthly payments. So, and I'm not calculating the student loans because your mom's paying for it. So, okay, that actually takes away your fund money. So I'm sorry, fund money no longer exists and the $3,000 is going to that. So it's a month and a quarter of just not having spend money fun. You can have free fun, but yeah. If your student loans come in, that's, that takes away from the progress you can put towards your debt. But if your mom's paying for it, you should be out of this. And if you actually care and give a sacrifice like the way I did when I got out of my debt, you should be out of this in a year and a quarter. It's hard work. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice. And it's so much easier said than done of not swiping and having the fun that costs money. But we go to parks, go to the beach. I know parking, but it's like sacrifice anywhere and everywhere you can. From there, I think what you should do is about 20% on a monthly basis should go to retirement. You probably max out your work retirement. Maybe max out a Roth IRA if there's anything left over. I mean, you could. What I've started throwing money into, I've been throwing money into Vora, which does like automatic investing, kind of like Acorns, but there's a 1% match that invests after a couple of years. So you could start doing that. That's really cool. But I want you to just start getting your investing game on. I'm not sure you'll max out your work things, but definitely max out your Roth IRA, max out your work things. Continue getting those raises over the years, obviously, and we're doing 20% a month, and you should be able to retire probably a couple $1,000,000. It should be pretty chill as long as it just follows standard market return to the end of retirement. And you're happy with career, you're happy with where you are. This is what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
What?
In my head, I'll go back to school, but I told myself
why? For why? For why? You're making $80,000. It's gonna be over 6 figures before you know it. Why?
Nurse practitioning, so like the advanced practice nurse.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
in my head, it's like after I've taken care of the debt, I have to have an emergency fund before going into school, and I can't take out a loan.
no, I would take care of the debt. I would have a fully funded 6-month emergency fund. Sorry, I should have said you do that before you start doing 20% to investing. So call it 2 years before you start really throwing money at investing. But obviously take the match until then. So yes. So what I would do in your case then, what is that going to cost? What's the school going to cost? The degree?
There's one program that if you pay like 6,000 or like 4 to 6,000 a semester, but you can take as many classes as you want.
How long is it going to take?
In my head, I think I can push through in like 2 years.
Were you a good student?
No.
Okay, so why do you think you can do it in 2 years? With work? Will work pay for any of it? Some nursing programs will. Some hospitals will, but obviously it depends where you are.
They said they will. Everyone I spoke to said that they're still waiting, and I don't want to keep.
It's like that.
I don't want to wait years if I could just.
Well, it's going to be a minimum 2 years until you go anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. And what I would do from there is when we're going into it, yes, have a 6-month emergency fund. It's $5,000 a semester, you said? Yeah. So if work's not paying for it, what I would do is make before you go into the first one, make sure you have an additional $5,000 saved. Boom, pay for it. I would take away, not necessarily from investing because I need your investing to keep going. So put, if you're doing 50, 30, 20, 50% on wants, and hopefully you can do that in that area currently, I think you could do it, but you'd still be living with a roommate. And then 20% on investing. If you had 30% left over for wants, what I would do is I'd maybe do 15% on wants, 15% saving up for the 5,000, which you'll get to relatively quickly, and then throw that into you pay for that semester of school, and then each semester you cash flow with the money you're continuing to make, because you're going to be working full time throughout that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you think you can do this when you were bad in school?
I'm optimistic to a fault.
I'm an ambitious person. I like doing things. I like grinding. I like building things. I would not be ambitious for myself about going and getting a degree because me and school and the regimen around school and having to take all the that will never be applied to what you're actually trying to do. Now, this more advanced degree probably will be more focused, but even still, I wouldn't be confident in myself of getting that. I'm confident in myself to hopefully build this business and hire employees, help people around me, help people on the show. Getting a degree, I don't know. So be realistic. Have a conversation with yourself. Do some actual self-reflecting, which you haven't been able to do finance-wise. Do some self-reflecting and see if this is actually right for you. And I'm good with it, and I love that it'll add some earning potential. I'm good with school when it makes sense. I'm good with certifications. I talk about course careers for tech certifications. I talk about trade schools. I'm good with this. This is a good thing. If you think you can actually do it while continuing to make income to live and invest, if it makes sense for you, then do it. I'm all about it.